The team and I are back at St Lleurwg's, helping Roger repair his organ. Today we're having a second look at the pedals. We thought we'd sorted them a few weeks back, but the weather's changed and the problems reoccurred, so we're going to have another go at getting these pedals working for Roger. We've taken the cover off the windchest and we can have a look at what the problem is. This windchest has had a bit of water damage in the past, and some of the leather on the pallets has cupped slightly, allowing air to escape out of the windchest. We thought we'd sorted that by careful adjustment of the springs, and it worked for a while until the weather changed and the cupping got more severe, and now they're not working again. The proper solution to this would be to take the windchest out and to re-leather the pallets, but before we did that we thought we'd have a little experiment with an idea that I came up with, inspired by another organ I worked on where moths had actually eaten away the felt that's underneath the leather, and I thought the pallets were going to be beyond working, but I tried it and the pallets sealed really well. The wind pressure behind the leather flap just held them to their seat nicely. So before we take this windchest out and re-leather it, we're going to have a go at imitating that, and we're just going to slice underneath the leather, slice through the felt, and hopefully the wind pressure in the windchest will just push up on that leather and hold it on its seat, and fix the problem for us. And if it doesn't work, well, we can just take these away and re-pallet them as we would have done anyway. So that's what we're going to have a go at now. So there we go, it's just freed up the leather a bit so the cupping has gone away, and that looks like it's going to seal a lot better than it was before. So we've just got the rest of them to do now. I made these ones slightly bigger than the ones that were there before, just to give them a bit more oomph to pull the pallets down, because the pallets were not in the greatest condition.
Yes, yeah, and we kind of done the structures and engineered also done a survey. That's probably not but yeah, it's worrying
There you go. Should we put the cover back on? What are we doing down here, Dennis?
Removing paper clips. I've got 3 more for you.
Why are we taking the pedal board out? What's the plan?
Well, so we can clean up the load and See how many paper clips got lost.
And we're trying to get to the pedal touch box.
Oh yeah, of course, that's down here.
Somewhere
Yes.
down there.
Let's say I'll show you that. No problem. That's you see,
Okay.
that's what we're trying to get to.
Because we've got two of the valves in there are jammed, are stuck open.
Yeah,
So
but
if they were connected up, they'd be playing the pedals all the time. So we're going to try and get those sorted out.
those there, too much dust and things around them, you see. So that's what we're doing all the hoovering as well.
Right, back to work, Dennis.
Thank you. What are you doing down there, Kingsley?
We've taken the pedal board out because we needed to get access to the pedal touch box, which is what operates the tubular pneumatic action for the pedals, because two of the notes from the touch box were stuck on permanently. So we needed to get inside, which involved taking the pedals out, which is a bit of a faff. But here we go, we've got the touch box, the faceboard of the touch box off, and these were the two notes that were giving us trouble. And we can see that there's some staining on the wood, and the pull down wires have got rusty. So the touch box is essentially kind of like a little miniature wind chest, and each pedal you press opens a pallet, which sends air into the pneumatic action. And so these two that weren't working were a bit corroded, so I freed them up, and one of them, the little loop attached to the pallet is rusted through, so we're going to have a go at making a new loop, and we're probably going to try doing it with leather, which will be a bit of an experiment, just to see if we can stick it on without having to take the whole pallet box out, the whole touch box out, which would be a lot of effort, so we'll see how that works. We've made a little bit of leather butterfly shaped thing, which we're going to stick one of these tabs onto each side of the pallet, like so, and that will give us a little hook hanging down from the pallet to attach the pull down wire to, and it saves us having to take the touch box out to try and put a threaded wire into the bottom of the pallet. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now.
Have you enjoyed working on this organ or not?
Of course.
Not at all. Not at all. Dear. One drudge after.
Have you enjoyed working on the organ, Roger?
I have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's,
I think we all have.
yeah, it's certainly been a sort of intuitive thing. Incredible.
What are you up to at the moment?
Sorry?
What are you up to at the moment?
Well, I'm cleaning this pedal board because it's full of dust. It's had 100 odd years of dust underneath it. Dennis has hoovered underneath it, but I'm just doing the final touches now to the actual pedals themselves. And giving them a little wipe over, and they'll be gleaming by the time I get them back. I'll forget where I am. I think I'm at the console of some great cathedral or something. Fantastic.
And we've got the pedal windchest all adjusted. So our little fudge of cutting the felt seems to be working, and we've got those adjusted in so that they're working. And at the other end we've got two new pallet motors stuck on top of the bases of the old ones because we couldn't get those out without removing the chest. And we made those slightly bigger than the originals just to give them a little bit more power to pull down the pallets, which were a little bit stiff. So I think it's mostly done.
Can you repeat all that now that I can hear you?
I said in Top Gear the anonymous racing driver was called the Stig.
The Stig.
Yeah, so can we call you the Twig as our anonymous organist?
I like that. The Twig.
Yeah.
I'll take the Twig.